Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to be discussing every separate allegation that I can find about Gigi's actions. By now, the main ones have spread around quite a bit, but I will still be going as in-depth as I can on each specific incident that I can find. They will be timestamped if you want to skip to the main ones or are uncomfortable listening to the content of some of them. There will be talk about rape threats, inappropriate imagery, racism, and fat shaming in this video, each covered separately, as they are all unfortunately part of the controversy. Additionally, I will not be talking about the moderator team in this video. Honestly, that's a whole different iceberg of terrible people and terrible actions. If you are interested in hearing about them as well, please let me know in the comments. I hope this video helps inform all of you about the actions of Gigi, and that you will be able to form your own opinion after understanding everything that occurred. I will stay as unbiased as I can throughout the informative part of the video, and near the end, I'll get into my own thoughts. With that, let's get into the video. Chapter 1: The Rape Threat. On September 30th, Sarah, the creator of It Girl, released a document with a statement about Gigi. In the statement, she provided evidence from ex-developers of Dress to Impress telling her that when It Girl had started to gain traction on Roblox, Gigi had told her team that she was going to frame Sarah of rape in order to make Dress to Impress's biggest competitor disappear. Shortly after saying this, she deleted her message due to the response from the other members in the group, leaving Sarah with no proof, other than the testimonies of multiple members. Sarah was disturbed by this when she found out, and it was the last straw pushing her to make a statement about all of Gigi's previous actions. In Gigi's statement, she claimed that it was a remark that came out in the heat of the moment which caused her instant regret. She said that being compared so much to It Girl online and being shaded by the creators had pushed her to a point where she was very stressed and emotional, and unfortunately lashed out in this very serious comment. Since being compared is what caused her all of the stress and made her want to make It Girl go away, it's interesting to note that Dress to Impress is often compared to other games like Fashion Famous, which has been around since very early Roblox, and has never had any issues like this. Chapter 2: Chawi. Chawi is one of the original developers of Dress to Impress, who is no longer with the team. He quickly came out with photos of exchanges between him and Gigi after the initial document was released. In these photos, it shows exchanges between him and her that are kind of heartbreaking to read. He is opening up to her about his self-harm and hospitalization because of how hard it's been for him, because she had originally accused him of lying about any of his problems because she felt he was demanding money too much and found that suspicious, even though he was just trying to give her reason for scenarios or circumstances in his life at the moment. But she didn't believe him at all, and even somewhat mocked him. Even if you don't consider it as mocking, the tone she used for something so serious just feels very, very strange. In her statement, she claimed it was a language barrier and that she was just being cautious because she didn't want to be giving money away or trusting someone who just wanted money. But given the severity of what was being discussed, and considering they had worked together in the past, it just becomes really, really odd as an outside onlooker, and I'm sure it was odd and more so heartbreaking to Chawi in the situation himself. Chawi claims that Gigi also lied about giving him payment to other people who had asked because he made a code item for her, which he ended up scrapping and then firing him and kicking him out of all the group chats and stuff. He just sent over the stuff and she kicked him right out and ended up not using it at all, which is interesting because of all of the work he probably put into modeling the item and how tough that probably was, just to be kicked out really with nothing said. Chapter 3, DMCA. Sarah also had found out from ex-developers on the game that Gigi was planning to DMCA It Girl for being a copy of Dress to Impress. And she was actually going through with it until she found out that she couldn't because they were only similar and It Girl really isn't a copy at all, and it was already in development for quite a while before Dress to Impress had actually come out. And it's inspired by different games and different series, not Dress to Impress. But as soon as she found out that she couldn't DMCA it, she started talking really bad about the game itself and about Sarah, and that's when the threat was made. And along with this, we'll get into Chapter 4, Fat Shaming. Ex-members of the staff group chat have spoken out about Gigi's behavior with Sarah in a more so bullying way. So, Gigi had found a photo, and she claimed this photo was Sarah, and she sent it in the group chat and started making fun of it with other members. And the way they were making fun of this photo was using fat-phobic comments and remarks. This unfortunately was common behavior with Gigi, or at least not from physical receipts, because the physical receipts we have just show kind of odd behavior. But if this is true about the photo of a girl, and it isn't Sarah, because Sarah confirmed that there are no photos of her online anywhere. So it was the random girl they were just making fun of. But in what we have physical evidence of, it just becomes even more strange when you know that she was making fun of this random girl and saying very rude things about her. So to that picture, they were saying like how she was going to break the floor. And in other messages, not about this photo, she would say how the faces of the characters in It Girls were too big, or calling models that people made for her too chubby. She made fun of one of the people in her servers, one of the developers, whose name on Discord was Weight Paint Queen. One of the people in the Discord server had changed it to Weight Gain Queen, and she made fun of that. And she also had some larger bodies, or at least, I don't know, in Dress to Impress terms with how skinny the original ones are. Probably just like a human skinny person, but she had that model and she decided not to add it. But it's just really unfortunate that her actions and behavior has turned out like this, because it's very unfair. There's also a few documented instances of Chapter 5 her being racist, and I don't really have much to say about what is documented. It's kind of just, I don't even know. It's just gross that she would even think it's funny to say this when it's just not at all. There's no point, and I don't get why she feels it necessary to even bring up stuff and just be rude about it. She actually deleted the addressing the racism allegations from her apology statement. I have the original one in which she said that she's never said anything racist, and She has made racist jokes towards people of her own ethnicity, so do with that what you will, but I think it's interesting that she did end up deleting this from the final statement that she currently has. Chapter 6, The Influencer Program. RuPaul's Doll, a Dress to Impress and Other Fashion Game influencer, has come out with his own experience working with Gigi and the other members of the dev team. He had been a loyal worker with them, playing the games and attending like all of the special behind the scenes stuff you get, or like the sneak peeks you get when you're working with their influencer program. He had been doing that for 3 months, and out of the blue, he got told that the Dress to Impress team was doing a revamp of their influencer program, and he had not made the cut to continue working with them. Now, he was upset by this because they didn't reach out to tell him how they were like changing the guidelines. They only reached out to basically say, well, it's too late, we were watching you and it's too late now, so you're done. Even though he had been such a loyal supporter of the game and creating so much content for it, and getting like views for that and getting more players. So he was very annoyed and distraught by this. He had actually not been making content recently because his boyfriend's father had passed away from brain cancer, and he was being there with him and supporting him, and out of respect he just was not doing influencing, which is completely understandable and should be to any place of employment, whether it be the Dress to Impress people or a job. And they kind of just let him go without barely even an explanation for like him specifically, just a generic message. And as he tried to communicate with them to find out more information, none of it was even going through Gigi. It was just her co-developer doing damage control with all of the influencers. She was then reaching out to everyone, and that was all they were gonna get. So that obviously upset a lot of people and caused people to stop making Dress to Impress content because Dress to Impress had done them dirty like that. And it was just really unfortunate to be a part of that. So obviously it upset a lot of creators. Chapter 7, Inappropriate Photos. So when Gigi was 14, and I don't know how long it lasted, probably for her 14 to 15, it is proven, and she admitted to it, that she was sending inappropriate photos with her friend, and her friend thought she was a year older, but was also a minor at the time. This is one thing she did admit to, but along with that, she's been proven to have sent explicit images in servers with someone as young as 11 years old, which is disgusting. It isn't, I don't think it can be said how explicit the images got, who they were of, but she was sending stuff, and she was definitely talking about this kind of stuff as well. And I don't even think it needs to be dived deeper into, because just the fact that there was an 11-year-old in there is enough. It's also claimed by one person that she talked about douching when, even after they had told her that they were a minor, probably implying that they were uncomfortable hearing this stuff. And knowing how much stuff goes unreported on Discord because of how easy it is to delete messages, I'll leave it up to you to decide what you think she was doing during this time as well that hasn't been spoken up about yet. Now, really quick at the end here, I just want to talk about some things that I wasn't able to find like a lot of screenshots or people corroborating the story or like the claim. A lot of people like talking about it or saying, I was there, this happened, or this happened to me as well. So it's kind of just a rapid fire of claims and allegations. Allegedly for all the whole video, because knowing now what Gigi threatens to do is kind of scary, but so allegedly she sent unsolicited porn to people. She would talk about very sexual things with minors, with anyone, honestly. She would send porn to Muslim people. She would hack or threaten to exploit games similar to hers. She would threaten or blackmail the developers. She did hack and exploit a game successfully, and would brag about it with her developer team. Allegedly bought porn from minors, lied about her age saying she was 18 plus, put porn in young servers that were not 18 plus, and yeah, that is all stuff that she is claiming did not happen in her statement, although her statement has been revised a lot now. All I'm going to say is a lot of the stuff that she specifically said, I did not do this, is being removed. I don't know why. The statement seems to now more be covering how other people affected her and did her dirty in a way, instead of her actually responding to all of these separate allegations. And I'm sure it is a lot. She had the statement out almost immediately, and in the past has said that her English is not the best. So I understand that she got it out so quickly. Of course, you're going to want to edit it, but I just want to let you know the ways it has been edited, and a lot of stuff that she has specifically said that she didn't do is being removed. With that in mind, I think this is going to be the end of the video. I know it started off very structured and then I kind of went on rambling, but I think I got the points across that I wanted to. I hope this helped you get a better grasp on all of the separate stuff, because there is a lot going on online right now. Being so early to this with so many people speaking up about it is kind of overwhelming. So I hope this video made it easier to get all of your information. If anything big happens, I'll update. I might leave it for a while because getting all of this stuff is kind of draining. But again, let me know if you want to hear about the mod team, because I'm willing to do that, even though they sound like very, very, very harmful, terrible people. They do deserve to be exposed for their actions, and they do deserve for people to know about them. And their victims deserve justice. With that in mind, thank you very, very much for watching. Please add anything you feel necessary in the comments. Again, I look through them. I'll pin anything that I didn't discuss, or if I got anything wrong, I'll pin that. I really appreciate your support on my last video, and I hope this one is up to the same standard. Bye guys, I love you.